You're watching the Alabama Weather Network.
It's Tuesday, the 28th of October. This is James Spann. More rain will likely move in here tonight and tomorrow. After that, the weather looking rain-free by Halloween and the upcoming weekend. And, of course, all eyes are on Hurricane Melissa. The latest update coming up in a second. First off, the upper air look. And, again, we have this upper low that's forming over the region a bit north of us, and that will be drifting southward. And a disturbance coming around the backside of that will bring more rain in here tonight. But this morning we are dry. The closest rain to the state over western Arkansas and Oklahoma. Temperatures this morning are mostly in the 50s. Low 60s down in Mobile and Baldwin counties. Highs today will be in the 60s for most of the state, but again, low 70s in South Alabama. We'll check the watch warning map this morning. Wind advisories out around Dallas-Fort Worth. We have a freeze watch in effect for parts of West Texas, the Panhandle, up into southern Kansas. Here's the severe weather outlook through tonight. There is a low-end marginal risk of severe storms from near Houston to Shreveport. Tomorrow, no severe storms, maybe some thunder for eastern North Carolina, eastern Virginia, Chesapeake Bay, and Delaware. And on day 3, once again, a chance of some thunder on the Atlantic coast, but no severe storms expected. Here's the rain for the next 7 days. This is valid through Tuesday morning of next week, about 1 inch for the Tennessee Valley, but really not that much for South Alabama. Rain amounts for the southern half of the state under 1/4 of an inch, in Dothan with not much rain at all for the next 7 days. So other than Melissa, everything is pretty calm. Here's a look at the 7-day outlook from the National Hurricane Center. Once we get Melissa off the board, hopefully things should be calm, but goodness gracious. Wow. 175-mile-per-hour winds. They don't get this strong that often. They've done it before, and they'll do it again, but just not very often. Very symmetrical. And the turn has occurred. So a lot of TikTok nonsense yesterday about how the government's lying. They're going to control this and move it into the Gulf. And, of course, that's nonsense. The turn occurred right on time. It's moving north-northeast now. At only 5 miles per hour, but this thing should begin to accelerate today as the big trough begins to pick it up and carry it out. But, unfortunately, that's going to take it right on top of Jamaica. And, again, this will produce, obviously, some very, very, very severe infrastructure damage. This is a direct threat to life, and hopefully folks on the island are ready, and I think they are. They've had plenty of warning on this, but still, it's going to be a very, very rough ride. That's the track coming from the National Hurricane Center. We should mention this thing could be close to Bermuda Thursday night. It's a Category 1. And it becomes post-tropical up in the North Atlantic over the weekend. But again, the basic idea is this. Comes over Jamaica today as a Category 5. Cuba tomorrow morning potentially is a Category 4. Then the Bahamas is a Category 3. And then it weakens and should be a Category 1 by the time it gets up toward Bermuda. But again, just it's almost mesmerizing watching the satellite images and the Hurricane Hunter aircraft video for the past couple of days is just incredible. In fact, I'll try and load some of that up into the system and show that before we wrap this up in case you did not get a chance to see it. No, but let's go into modeling model fans. Here we go. European, 4 o'clock today. OZ run. And again, we've got this energy diving down the backside of that trough across the plain states. That'll bring the next batch of rain. But during the day today, I think we're dry. Temperatures in the 60s for most of the state, low 70s down in South Alabama. So this is the high-resolution HER model. And this is valid at 6 o'clock this evening. And you can see at that point that next batch of rain beginning to creep into the northwestern corner of the state up around the shoals. But again, for most of Alabama, rain-free. Then tomorrow we have periods of rain. Got a surface low that's over North Mississippi, a big upper low that's on top of us. And the concept is that we should see a fairly large mass of rain tomorrow morning, and then showers tomorrow afternoon as the cold core upper low comes overhead. This is the high-resolution HER model. This is valid tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. And again, you can see that batch of showers in place here. So, again, periods of rain tonight and tomorrow. And it should be a relatively cool day with temperatures holding in the 50s. So it's a cool, stable air mass. There's no thunder. There's no lightning. Just good old-fashioned rain. And then Thursday, I think we're mostly dry. There might be an isolated shower over in east or northeast Alabama with that upper low leaving. But again, Thursday at this point looking mostly rain-free and very cool. 50s for North Alabama, 60s for the southern counties of the state. Friday, Halloween, dry. North Alabama starting the day in the 30s. We could see some scattered frost in the colder valleys Thursday morning of North Alabama. The high will be mostly in the 60s. A cool night for the trick-or-treaters. This is Saturday. We are cool and dry. And Sunday, we are cool and dry. And what happens on Sunday? What happens? It's the time change. Back on standard time. So we gain an hour of sleep. That's the good news for those of us that are sleepless wonders. But the sun will be going down Sunday before 5 o'clock in the afternoon across the Deep South. Now, got kind of a new look for early next week. This is Monday. The European kind of develops another cutoff upper low, not a tropical system, an upper feature that's over the Gulf, and that is showing rain moving back into the southern half of the state. And this is a week from today, Tuesday the 4th. There's that upper low south of Pensacola, and evidence we could see some rain over parts of central and south Alabama with that feature. So confidence not especially high in that this is kind of a new look here, but again, that's a possibility for early next week. Let's keep going. This is 10 days out. This is Thursday of next week, the 6th of November. That upper low in the Gulf is lifting out and moving away, and we are dry. Rain for the next 15 days. European ensemble, the mean between 1 and 2 inches. This is between now and the 12th of November. Look at the cool down here. Highs in the 50s tomorrow and Thursday. Lows in the 30s for the northern half of the state. Friday morning and Saturday morning. Next week, mostly 60s and 40s up on the board. And the latest long-range guidance just in. This is for November 4th through November 10th. And if this works out, temperatures should be near or maybe slightly below average here across the Deep South. Hey, nice sunset last night. Gulf Shores. Most of the state was socked in with low clouds. So for most of Alabama, it was just an overcast evening with no decent sunset. But down south, it looked good. That was coming from Mobile Bay. This was coming from Destin. So after that rough weather on Sunday, the Gulf Coast was enjoying a pretty nice day yesterday. So this is some of the Hurricane Hunter aircraft. And goodness gracious, I've never done this. A lot of meteorologists have, and I have been invited. And I'm so thankful for the invitations, but the work schedule for me just doesn't allow that in most cases. Maybe one of these days I'll get a chance to do that. But this is inside the eye of Hurricane Melissa yesterday. And these men and women that fly these missions, they're total heroes. Without them, we would just have no idea the intensity of the hurricanes, and the models would not have the good data, the drop signs, or accurate forecast. They are total heroes. And again, that's the stadium effect. That incredible eye, that tight eye inside of Melissa yesterday. It's very rare to be able to see things like this. Again, I'm so thankful that the hurricane hunters capture these images for history's sake. I look back on some of these like now in 1980 when I was so much younger. We didn't have anything like this. We had the hurricane hunters doing their thing, but not these type videos. But again, that was inside Melissa yesterday. Pretty incredible. So today going to be in Sylacauga doing a program for senior adults at First Baptist Church. Tomorrow going to be in Tuscaloosa, MLK Elementary School. On Thursday, Willowbrook Church in Huntsville. Stopping by Snead State Community College in Boaz. Friday scheduled to be at Mount Olive Elementary School, and this Saturday it's a book signing. We're going to be in Albertville at the Sand Mountain Amphitheater. We'll be there between 10 and 1 to listen. Marshall see us. Never been to one of these things. They're great fun. We have, listen, now's the time to start Christmas shopping. Come on. I mean, like November is next week. We'll have all the weather shirts that are great for weather geeks and dweebs. Like one of our weather shirts, this is Weather Dweeb, which is my favorite. We've got the children's books for kids that love weather. All you can do is pray. That's the book about April 27th and much more. So come see us Saturday in Albertville from 10 until 1 at the Sand Mountain Amphitheater. Don't forget you can catch me this evening on ABC 3340 News and also daily on great radio stations around the state, including at Birmingham 98.7 KISS. Thanks for watching. Have a great Tuesday and God bless.